7. Charlotte Rampling's Armani Privé dress, $125,000. Now we are getting to the really big numbers. For $125,000, Charlotte Rampling wore a dress with long sleeves, pocketed tails, and a silk jacket covered in multicolored crystals. Pocketed tails. See? Even rich people love pockets. When you ask a woman where she got her dress, the first thing she says is, "Look, it has pockets." But this one has pockets that cost more than a college education. The crystals on the dress were so shiny she looked like a walking chandelier. Honestly, if the lights went out at the award show, they could have just pointed a flashlight at Charlotte and she would have lit up the whole room like a human disco ball. It is both a fashion statement and an emergency lighting system. 6. Lupita Nyong'o's Calvin Klein pearl dress, $150,000. We have reached $150,000, folks. Lupita Nyong'o wore this custom dress entirely covered in 6,000 hand-sewn pearls. 6,000. Someone had to sit there with a tiny needle and thread and count. 1, 2, 3, all the way to 6,000. I lose count when I am trying to remember how many slices of pizza I just ate. The dress was incredibly heavy, sounding like a beautiful wind chime every time she walked. But here is the crazy part. After the awards show, someone actually broke into her hotel room and stole the dress. The thief probably thought he could sell the pearls to pirates. But then he found out the pearls were fake, just part of the design, and he brought the dress back. He literally returned the stolen dress because he was disappointed. Even criminals have standards, folks. Hey, before we get to the top 5 most ridiculously expensive dresses that cost more than a fleet of airplanes, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Give this video a big thumbs up and let me know in the comments if you would rather buy a $150,000 dress or a giant swimming pool filled with chocolate pudding. I think we all know the right answer. Join the Fame Unfolded family today. Now back to the countdown. 5. Cate Blanchett's Armani Privé dress, $200,000. Imagine wearing a dress that costs $200,000. Cate Blanchett wore this sparkly masterpiece, and it was entirely covered in tiny, shiny crystals. When I say covered, I mean it looked like she had rolled around in a huge pile of fairy dust and diamonds. The funny thing is, the dress was so form-fitting, she could barely take normal steps. She had to walk like a penguin wearing a very fancy tuxedo. Try explaining that to your grandmother. Yes, Grandma, my dress costs $200,000, but I have to waddle like a little duck to get to the stage. For that price, the dress should have small wheels on the bottom so you can just roll around the red carpet. Maybe add a remote control too, so your friends can just drive you to your seat.